Hi there, my name is Ibrahim Mukhtar. Welcome to our English language courses beginner lessons. In today's video, we are going to continue the present simple, but we are going to see the present simple in text. So we are going to see it with the third person singular. As we said, present simple expresses habitual action or is used to express habitual action or facts. Plus subject, the verb comes with either s or es. Sometimes the verb is infinitive because of the subject, the first the first person or second person or the third person that refer to a plural noun. Let us see this text and complete the verbs or put the verbs into the gaps to have a complete sense in the sentence. So we have the verb has, gets up, leaves, goes, gets. Gets is used twice. So you need to use the verb gets two times or twice to complete it. Cooks, listens to, plays, drinks. Let us see the text. Lemise in a small house. She usually at 10 o'clock. She never early. She coffee and toast for breakfast. And she for a walk with her friends. She home at 11 o'clock. Then she dinner and cup of tea. After that, after dinner, she sometimes music and she sometimes the piano. So this is the text about Lemise. What does Lemise do every day? This is her schedule. Her schedule. Lemise schedule every day. So let us complete the text with the correct form of the verb from the from these verbs. Lemise in a small house. What? Lemise in a small house. That means Lemise lives. Lemise lives in a small house. Lemise, number one, lives in a small house. She usually at 10 o'clock. What does Lemise do at 10 o'clock? Lemise gets up. Gets up. Gets up. Look at the verb live ends in s because Lemise is a singular person, a singular noun. We are talking or speaking about Lemise as a third person singular. That's why the verb comes with s. Leaves. She usually gets up. She usually gets up at 10 o'clock. She usually gets up at 10 o'clock. She never early. What never Lemise does? She never gets. She never gets. So we need to use the verb gets twice. She never gets early. She never gets early. She coffee and toast for breakfast. She has. She has. She has coffee and toast for breakfast. And she for a walk with her friends. And she goes. And Lemis goes for a walk. And Lemis goes. She goes for a walk with her friends. She home at 11 o'clock. She gets home. She gets home means she comes home. She returns to home. She comes back home. She goes back home. She gets home at 11 o'clock. Then she dinner. Then she cooks. Then she cooks. Then she cooks. Then she cooks dinner and cup of tea. Cooks dinner. After dinner, she drinks. She drinks. She drinks with S. She drinks cup of tea or cup of tea. She drinks cup of tea after dinner. After dinner, sometimes music. She sometimes listens to music. Listens to music. And she sometimes the piano. And she sometimes plays the piano. Plays the piano. Let's read the text again. Lemis lives in a small house. She usually gets up at 10 o'clock. She never gets early. She never gets early. She has coffee and toast for breakfast. And she goes for a walk with her friends. She gets home at 11 o'clock. Then she cooks dinner and drinks a cup of tea. After dinner, she sometimes listens to music and she sometimes plays the piano. So this is with the subject Lemis. So Lemis is a third person singular. Let's try this sentence using the first person or using a plural noun. For example, let us use the pronoun I instead of Lemis. Let us use the pronoun I. So with I, the verb comes infinitive. I am trying this because I would like you to practice this your own using the pronoun I as yourself, practicing talking about yourself using the pronoun I if you want to tell or to talk about your day or what do you do every day. For example, when we use the verb I, the verb never comes with S, so it comes infinitive. For example, I live I live in a small house. I usually get up at 10 o'clock. I never get early. I have coffee and toast for breakfast. And I go for a walk with my friends. I get home at 11 o'clock. I cook dinner and drink a cup of tea. After dinner, I sometimes listen to music and I sometimes play the piano. So when we change the verb, the subject from singular to plural, so the verb is always infinitive. We never use s or es. But when we use the subject, he, she, it, the verb comes with s or es. I hope you will practice talking about yourself with your friend or with someone else that are closer to you. Let us see how we use or how we make the negative and interrogative in sentence. Let's try together to make these sentences interrogative. So we have this positive sentence. We need to change the positive sentences into negative sentences. In the previous lesson, we talked about the negative and the interrogative sentences. We said that we make the negative and the interrogative sentences by using doesn't and don't after the subject. And the verb is always infinitive. When we use the negative sentences or the negative word does or do, doesn't or don't, the verb is usually infinitive. So we use does and do to make questions either. Let us make these sentences negative. She lives in the town. She lives in the town. The negative sentence is she she doesn't she doesn't live she doesn't live or she does not. She doesn't live. So the verb live is infinitive. She doesn't live. We don't add s if we use the negative word doesn't. The verb is usually infinitive. She doesn't live in a town. She doesn't live in the town. She doesn't live in the town. This is a negative sentence and this is a positive sentence. She lives in the town. Negative sentence. She doesn't live in the town. Number two, she gets up at 10 o'clock. She gets up at 10 o'clock. Negative sentence. She doesn't. She doesn't get up. She doesn't get up. Not she doesn't get. No. She doesn't get up. She doesn't get up at 10 o'clock. So when there is does, the verb is usually infinitive. When there is does in a sentence, the verb is usually what? Infinitive. For example, she has a duck. She has a duck. Negative sentence. He has a duck. Negative sentence. He doesn't have. He doesn't. So he doesn't have. Not he doesn't has, but he doesn't have a. He doesn't have a duck. He has a duck. He doesn't have a dog. They go out in the evening. They go out in the evening. Negative. They don't. They don't. So with they we use don't. They don't go out. They don't go out for go out in the evening. In the evening. Last one, number 5. You play chess. You play chess. Negative sentence. You don't play chess. You don't play chess. You don't play chess. So we call this negative sentence. We call this one a negative sentence. These are negative sentence. Let us read them again. She lives in the town. She doesn't live in a town. She gets up at 10 o'clock. She doesn't get up at 10 o'clock. He has a dog. He doesn't have a dog. They go out in the evening. They don't go out in the evening. You play chess. You don't play chess. Look at the verb leaves. Here in the negative sentence comes infinitive live. Leaves, live. Gets, get. Gets up, get up. Has, have. Go, go. Play, play. So when there is does in the negative sentence or in the question, the verb is always what? Is always infinitive. So this is the negative sentence. Let us see how we make question using either does and do. Here are some questions and answers. We need to complete the questions using does and do, and also the answers by does and do. So complete the questions and answers with do, don't, does, doesn't. So we need to use do, don't, does, doesn't, with a yes or no. So when we use do and does, we call these ones yes or no questions. So let us see number 1. You like ice cream? You like ice cream? So it's a question. You, the subject is you. So what is the question word that is used with the subject you? You like ice cream? Do you like ice cream? Do you like ice cream? Do you like ice cream? When our question starts with do, the answer is usually also using do. Do you like ice cream? If you like ice cream, you can say yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. If you don't like ice cream, you can say no, I do. No, I don't. Number 2. She work in Sudan. She work in Sudan. So the subject is she. The real or the correct question word to be used with the subject she is does, not do. You cannot use do with she. You cannot say do she. No, it's wrong. We say does. Does she work in Sudan? Does she work in Sudan? Yes, she does. Does she work in Sudan? Yes, she does. Does she work in Egypt? No, she doesn't. I don't think so. Number 3, where he work. Where. So this is a question word. It's used with a question. Question where is a question word. It's used with the question. So where he work in a bank. Where. The subject is he. So what do we use with the subject he? Do or doesn't? Does or do? So it's a question. So we say where does he work? Where does he work? In a bank. The bank is the place where he works. That means maybe he's an accountant. He works in a bank. Does he work in a bank? Yes, he does. Where does he work? In a bank. Number 4, you go to school by bus? You go to school by bus? No. So it's a negative answer. So, do you go to school by bus? Do you go to school by bus? Said, no, I don't. No, I don't. Do you go to school by bus? No, I don't. Number 5, she go to bed early? She go to bed early? Does she go to bed early? Does she go to bed early? Does she go to bed early? No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. It's a short answer. Number 6, he speak German? He speak German? Does he speak German? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't speak German. The last one is they live in the they live in the United States? No. Do they live? Do they live in the United States? No, they don't. No, they don't. Again, do you like ice cream? Yes, I do. Does she work in Sudan? Yes, she does. Where does she work? In a bank. Do you go to school by bus? No, I don't. Does she go to bed early? No, she doesn't. Does he speak German? No, he doesn't. Do they live in the United States? No, they don't. So here we come to the negative and the interrogative in the present simple. It's a very long lesson, it's very important, and it needs practice. As I usually say, practice makes perfect. English needs practice. You better practice. The more you practice, the more you learn English very quickly. The more you practice English, the more you speak and the more you become very fluent in English. So don't give up. We must better give up. You can be better than me in English. Your spoken English right now is maybe it's bad, but it's going to be very good. So this is the end of our lesson today. I hope you like the video. Don't forget, if you have any comment, any question, please write your comment, and don't forget to join our WhatsApp group, our Telegram group, our Facebook page, and the most importantly, don't forget to subscribe. Your subscription is highly needed. We want together to speak English and to practice English together. If you want to find me, please go to my website and to my YouTube channel and thumb up. Till then, thank you very much. See you then.